Hello, welcome to my 2017 top 10 wish list. We are coming to a close in 2016, and I failed to complete my list of 2016. Not a big deal. I'm not heartbroken over not getting all the books I want, but for those that pay attention to the list on the books on the 2016 list, it's not a surprise to see what is on my list for 2017. Okay, so let's go through this way. Okay, so yes, X-Men 1. Still have not found the right copy. Same thing with FF5. Still have not found the right copy. What's the right copy, right? Well, the right copy is something that look good and cheap for its price, for its grade. Okay, there's a misconception out there that when I said that I try not to buy ugly books, people just automatically jump into the conclusion that all I collect is high grade books. Not true. If you pay attention to my videos on what do I collect, what grade do I collect, I made a couple videos on that. You understand that I collect plenty, and I have shown plenty of mid-grade books in my collection. I prefer not to buy books that have giant, huge creases that run across the cover that deface the cover. I don't mind a little Marvel chipping. Some people hate Marvel chipping, and it's all personal taste. I like well-centered copy. I like my flaws to be more on the spine side of the book. Even for low-grade book, I rather have a 4.0 book with a big 4-inch spine split than a 4-inch tears on the right side of the cover. Things like that. At the end of the day, beauty is still in the eye of the beholder. So each person has different tastes on what is ugly and what is beautiful. For the most part, we can all agree that Marilyn Monroe is super hot. Next on the list is X-Men 11. X-Men 11 was always a tough book for me to find. In fact, it's one of the last book that I bought for my run of slab from 1 to 143. I no longer have the slab for X-Men 11, so I would like to find a mid-grade copy, so that's on the list. Okay, if I can get that would narrow down. Not that I am uber focused on completing my Silver Age X-Men run, but it's one of the few books that I'm still missing in my X-Men run. This one. Next on the list is Daredevil 7, the red costume. I have never owned a copy. Surprisingly, all these years collecting Daredevil books, never owned a copy because for whatever reason, that book is prone for production cut error. For those that pay attention to that book, a lot of time it's not a straight line on the right side of the book. It's kind of slanted, it's kind of crooked, it's kind of ugly. Okay, so hopefully I can find a book that are cut more rectangle shape instead of like a trapezoid, if you know what I mean. But that's the only reason over the years that I never bought a copy of that book. It seems like every time I see a reasonable copy, it's in the ugly category. Now this book I already have, okay, Silver Surfer 3. I have a high grade copy, too high of a grade for me to keep. I would like to slap it and sell it. It's definitely in my next batch to CGC, but in order for me to do that, I need to find a replacement. Okay, because I complete that run, it would be a shame to sell that book and make that run incomplete again. So Silver Surfer 3, a mid-grade copy would be something I'm looking for. This one, I'm almost complete with my Deadly Hand of Kung Fu magazine, but this one, issue 14, for those that are familiar with that issue, killer hard to find. Okay, killer hard to find in high grade. A gorgeous new Adams cover, a black cover. Oof, yeah, I like to get myself a sweet copy. Okay, here's one that I never owned. Strange Tales 135. Overpriced, overhyped, in my opinion, for a long time. But if I can find a reasonable mid-grade copy for cheap, I would like to buy it. Yeah, it's one of those books that I've seen here and there, and every time I see it, people hype that it's this and that key. To me, it's not a huge key. To me, it's not undervalued. To me, if anything, it's not a heck of a big of a key to be spending $100 or more for. Not for me. I wouldn't pay $100 for any copy of this book, unless it's 9.6. Or 9.4. I can pay $100 for it, but anything low grade, I prefer to find something in the wild for cheap. Yeah. Here is one where I have a high grade book that I slab, and I would like to get rid of the slab next year, shortly, and find a mid-grade keeper. Marvel Premiere 15, First Iron Fist. Okay, I have a 9.4 slab. As I have been doing in the past few years, is to get rid of my higher grade slabs and replace them with raw mid-grade copies. And if I can find a higher grade raw, awesome. But I don't need a 9.4 raw copy. If I can find an 8.0 raw copy, that would be sweet. My guess is I would have to wait until the series come out and then the price start to drop before I can find a reasonable raw copy. So the plan is to sell the slab when it's still hot, be patient, and then buy a raw copy after the series is out. That's my plan. The last two, nothing special. Nothing special, the last two. Dracula Lives, issue 2 and 3. Definitely, I have lower grade copy of those magazines. But I would love to find a high grade 9.0 or better replacement for those two. The number 3, issue 3 is right here. I have a low grade copy. Be one of my favorite, okay, easily one of my favorite Neil Adams magazine cover, and this is not bad. I mean, it's about 7.0 ish, so it's not a bad copy to have. I have it here. I read through it a couple days ago. Again, beautiful art inside. The art inside of this book is to die for. But I would love to find a high grade copy to complete my run. Okay, I have a nice high grade run of this magazine. I would love to have a complete run of 9.0 or better. The OCD, the high grade OCD in me Unlike comic books, magazines are fairly affordable, so I don't mind chasing high grade copy of magazines. And that's it. A fairly tame 2017 top 10 wish list outside of the first two. The rest, very doable. Just like last year, 8 out of 10 items was very doable. The top two, not easy. And that's it. I would love to see what other people have for their top 10 for 2017. So if you haven't done a video, time to man up or woman up and do a wish list and show us all on what you are looking for 2017. Yeah!